Have you ever caught your reflection in a mirror and thought to yourself, when did my hair stop matching how vibrant I feel inside? It is a quiet kind of shock, one that sneaks up slowly over the years. If you have ever felt that way, you are not alone. And today, we are going to start changing that narrative. Because here is the truth. After 60, we often feel more alive than ever, wiser, stronger, and with so many stories to tell. But sometimes, without even realizing it, the way we wear our hair tells a very different story. It can quietly add years, dull our energy, and dim that inner glow we have worked so hard to keep alive. The good news is, it does not have to stay that way. Today, we are going to uncover 5 of the most common hair mistakes women over 60 make. And more importantly, the small, simple shifts that can bring your natural vibrancy back to the surface. We are not chasing youth here. We are honoring vitality. We are allowing the outside to catch up to the energy that still burns so brightly within. So take a deep breath, stay with me, and let us rediscover how your hair can once again tell the real story of who you are today. Radiant, resilient, and absolutely unforgettable. Are you ready? Let us begin. 1. The silent glow stealer. Dry, dull hair. When was the last time you really looked at your hair and noticed how it caught the light, or perhaps how it no longer does? For many women over 60, this change happens so gradually that we hardly realize it. One day, our hair, once full of life and shine, feels dry, dull, and somehow quieter. But here is the thing. It is not just about looks. The shine and vitality of your hair are reflections of your overall energy. When hair loses its luster, it can make the entire face appear tired, and the spirit behind the eyes a little more hidden. Dull hair has a way of casting shadows across the face, deepening the appearance of fine lines, and muting that beautiful spark you still carry inside. And the most surprising part? Often it has little to do with aging itself, and much more to do with how we care for our hair. After 60, natural changes do occur. Hormones shift, oil production decreases, and the structure of each strand becomes finer, more delicate. But dry, brittle, lifeless hair is not an inevitable part of getting older. It is often the result of habits and products that no longer serve the hair you have today. Years of heat styling, chemical treatments, sun exposure, and harsh shampoos can all wear down the hair's outer layer, the cuticle, stealing away the smoothness that once made every strand shimmer. The good news is, bringing your hair back to life is not complicated. It starts with moisture. Choosing hydrating, sulfate-free shampoos, incorporating deep conditioning treatments rich in ingredients like argan oil, collagen, or keratin, and treating your hair with the same care you would offer something delicate and precious, because truly, it is. Simple changes make a powerful difference. Swapping rough towel drying for gentle blotting with a microfiber cloth, using a heat protectant every single time you style, and most importantly, remembering that shine is not about appearing younger. It is about reflecting the vibrancy you still hold inside. Take a moment today. Run your fingers through your hair. Does it glide? Does it move easily? Does it catch even a little bit of light? If not, that is not a reason to feel discouraged. It is a quiet invitation, an invitation to nurture, to restore, and to let your hair once again mirror the brilliant life you are still so ready to live. 2. The color trap. How overly dark shades are aging you. Color is powerful. It can frame your face, bring out the sparkle in your eyes, and highlight the warmth in your skin. But it can also quietly work against you, especially after 60, when your skin's natural tone and texture begin to shift. Many women, understandably, stay loyal to the hair colors that once made them feel bold and beautiful. Deep black, dark chocolate brown, or rich espresso shades may have felt sophisticated and striking in their 40s or even 50s. But today, those same colors can have a very different effect. As we age, our skin naturally becomes lighter and more delicate. We lose some of the rosy undertones that gave our complexion a youthful glow. When you pair that softer skin with a dark, one-dimensional hair color, the contrast can become too harsh. Instead of brightening your features, overly dark hair can create deep shadows that exaggerate wrinkles, dull the skin, and harden your overall appearance. You may not even notice it happening at first. You look in the mirror and something feels off, a tiredness you cannot quite place. Sometimes it is not your skin aging, it is your hair color casting the wrong kind of light. But the solution is not drastic. You do not have to go platinum blonde or completely change your identity. The key is softening the tone, choosing shades that complement the gentle changes in your complexion. Think warm chestnut instead of inky black, rich caramel instead of dark espresso. Even subtle highlights can bring a remarkable difference, adding dimension and reflecting light back onto your face. And here is an important truth. Dimension is everything. Flat, dark hair can make your head appear like a helmet, solid, heavy, and lifeless. But when you introduce a blend of tones, soft highlights, lowlights, or balayage, you create depth. You bring movement back to the hair. You allow the light to dance across your features instead of being swallowed by darkness. Some women worry that lighter shades will make gray hairs more noticeable. In reality, the opposite often happens. Softer, multidimensional colors can blend gray strands beautifully, making them look intentional and stylish rather than something to hide. If you have ever glimpsed your reflection and wondered why you seem more serious or stern than you feel inside, your hair color might be part of the answer. It is not about vanity. It is about harmony, aligning your outer presence with the vibrant spirit you still hold within. Remember, your hair is a frame for your face, and every frame needs to evolve with the art it surrounds. You have changed, you have grown, and your hair color should reflect not the woman you were 20 years ago, but the luminous, confident woman you are today. 3. The forgotten frame. Why you might need bangs again. When we think about making a change to our hair, we often focus on length or color. But there is one small adjustment that can completely transform your look, and it sits right across your forehead. Bangs. For many women over 60, the idea of bangs feels a little too youthful, maybe even a little outdated. Memories of heavy blunt cuts from younger years might come rushing back. But today's bangs are different. They are softer, lighter, and much more forgiving. And they might just be the secret to bringing energy and balance back to your face. Without bangs, a bare forehead can become a focal point, unintentionally drawing attention to fine lines, wrinkles, or a hairline that may have shifted over time. The upper third of the face can start to dominate, pulling focus away from the most expressive, lively parts of you, your eyes, and your smile. Adding a fringe can change all of that. A light, well-placed bang creates softness around the face. It brings the attention back down to your eyes, adds movement, and frames your features with grace. It does not hide age. It honors it by highlighting where your true warmth and vitality shine through. Side-swept bangs are a wonderful option for nearly every face shape. They blend naturally into the rest of your hairstyle, creating a gentle diagonal that lifts and flatters without looking heavy. If you want something even more delicate, curtain bangs, parted softly down the middle, can open up the face beautifully, adding a whisper of structure without feeling overwhelming. Even a short, textured fringe can work wonders, especially if your hair is fine or lacks volume. The key is keeping the bangs light and blended, avoiding anything too blunt or boxy. Modern bangs are all about movement, not stiffness. If you are unsure whether bangs could work for you, try a simple test. Stand in front of a mirror, take a soft makeup brush or a light comb, and hold it across your forehead, where bangs would naturally fall. Look at your face. Notice how it changes. Do your eyes pop a little more? Does your face feel more balanced? If the answer is yes, that might be your sign. Beyond balance, bangs also add a touch of youthfulness. Not because they try to mimic a younger version of yourself, but because they bring softness, vitality, and life right where it matters most. They create interest and lift at the front of your hairstyle, making even the simplest cut look intentional and styled. Choosing bangs is not about chasing the past. It is about embracing the present. It is a small, beautiful way to frame the life, love, and stories you carry on your face every single day. 4. The weight we carry. Heavy, one-length hair. Long hair often carries more than just physical weight. It carries memories, emotions, and a deep sense of self. It can feel like a thread that ties us to earlier versions of ourselves, a symbol of freedom, femininity, and continuity through the many seasons of life. For many women, especially after 60, long hair becomes a familiar comfort, a part of their identity that feels too precious to let go. And rightfully so. Long hair can be absolutely stunning at any age. But sometimes, without us even noticing, what once felt like an empowering choice slowly starts to weigh us down. Not just physically, but visually. Hair that is too heavy, too straight, and cut to one uniform length can quietly work against the natural beauty we possess. Instead of lifting and framing the face, heavy, one-length hair falls straight down along the sides, pulling everything downward. The cheeks, the jawline, even the brightness of your smile and the sparkle in your eyes. Without layers or movement, your hair can act almost like a heavy curtain, hiding your features instead of celebrating them. It can make the face seem longer, more tired, and less vibrant, even when the energy and spirit inside you remain as bright as ever. And while we may believe that long hair automatically means youthfulness, the wrong kind of long hair can actually exaggerate the signs of aging, highlighting thinning ends, loss of natural volume, and the softer shifts in bone structure that time gracefully brings. The good news is that embracing change does not have to mean cutting off what you love. You do not need to lose your length to reclaim lightness. You simply need to reshape it with intention and care. Strategic layering is a powerful tool. Layers can lift the hair away from the face, create natural movement, and add life and dimension without sacrificing the beauty and comfort of longer styles. Even the smallest changes, soft face framing layers around the cheekbones or subtle cascading layers through the mid-lengths, can transform the entire effect of your hair. They open up the face, highlight your best features, and allow your natural radiance to come forward again. Your hair no longer hides you. It frames you with softness and movement, echoing the lively energy you carry within. Another magical benefit of layered hair is how it plays with light. Movement allows strands to catch and reflect light at different angles, giving your hair a sense of shimmer, depth, and vitality that flat, heavy hair simply cannot replicate. Layered hair dances with you. It moves as you move, breathing new life into every step, every smile, every moment. If you often find yourself tying your hair back, constantly adjusting it, or feeling frustrated that it looks heavy no matter how you style it, listen to that gentle inner voice. That quiet discomfort might be your hair's way of telling you it is time for a shift. Not a radical one, but a thoughtful, freeing one. Your hair is asking for more than just maintenance. It is asking for breath, for space, for renewal. Lightening the visual weight of your hair does not mean abandoning who you are. It means honoring who you have become. It means recognizing that as you evolve, your style can evolve too. Not out of pressure to stay young, but out of a deeper commitment to stay true to your spirit. Your hair should reflect the vibrant, wise, and beautiful woman you are today, not hold on to a version of yourself from decades past. Letting go of heaviness, both literal and symbolic, creates space for your real, radiant self to shine more freely, more authentically, and more joyfully. In the end, it is not about having less hair. It is about having hair that moves with you, hair that uplifts you, and hair that frames the life and energy you bring into every room. Because the truth is, your spirit was never meant to be hidden behind heavy curtains. It was meant to glow, to dance, and to inspire, effortlessly, naturally, and beautifully, just like you. 5. Too short, too flat. When simplicity works against you. For many women over 60, choosing a short hairstyle feels like the practical thing to do. It is easy, low maintenance, and often feels like a fresh start after years of coloring or styling. But sometimes going too short, especially when combined with a flat, tight-to-the-scalp shape, can quietly take away more than you intend. A very short, flat haircut often removes one of the face's greatest allies, balance. Without some volume, softness, or movement around the head, every feature of the face becomes more exposed. Softened jawlines, fuller cheeks, or a higher forehead, all natural and beautiful parts of aging, can be unintentionally emphasized in ways that feel harsh rather than graceful. Instead of lifting the face and expressing energy, flat hair can make the face seem longer, sharper, and more tired. It can strip away the natural softness and femininity that many women still want to embody, not to look younger, but to reflect the vibrancy and spirit they still feel inside. It is also important to consider the emotional journey behind choosing very short hair. Often, a super short cut follows a major life transition. Retirement, a milestone birthday, a decision to stop coloring. In that moment, it feels freeing, and sometimes it truly is. But over time, what began as a symbol of freedom can turn into a habit, a style we stick with simply because it feels safe, even if it no longer brings us joy. This does not mean that short hair is off limits after 60, far from it. A beautifully styled short cut can be one of the most flattering, energetic choices you can make. The key is not just the length, it is the structure. You want movement, you want softness, you want a bit of volume at the crown, perhaps some light layering and subtle framing around the face. Think airy pixie cuts, textured bobs, or softly tousled styles that create lift and dimension. Even a slight asymmetry, a little height at the roots, or some side-swept fringe can make a tremendous difference in how your hairstyle supports and uplifts your features. Texture is your best friend here. Whether your hair is naturally straight, wavy, or curly, a bit of tousle and lift gives life to your look. Flat hair compresses the face. Textured hair lifts it. If you have been wearing a super short, close-cut style for years, it might be time to gently ask yourself, is this still who I am, or is it just what I am used to? Because when your hair matches your spirit, when it feels light and full of movement, you do not just look different, you feel different. Freedom is not about flattening yourself to fit a mold. It is about choosing the kind of softness, structure, and energy that allows your true self to shine through, effortlessly and beautifully, in every season of life. Bonus: simple daily hair rituals that make a big difference. We often think that improving our hair requires a major makeover, a new cut, a drastic color change, or a trip to a professional salon. But in truth, some of the most powerful transformations happen in the smallest, simplest moments. A few mindful habits, done consistently, can dramatically improve the look, feel, and vitality of your hair over time. Let us talk about a few daily rituals you can easily incorporate into your routine, no matter your age, your schedule, or your lifestyle. First, start with how you wash your hair. It sounds basic, but the way you shampoo can either nourish your hair or weaken it. Always choose a sulfate-free, hydrating shampoo designed for mature hair. These formulas are gentler on fragile strands and help maintain natural oils, which are crucial for shine and strength. When you lather, focus on massaging your scalp gently with your fingertips, not your nails. Scalp massage boosts circulation, supports healthy hair growth, and can even feel like a small act of self-care. Second, pay attention to how you dry your hair. Many women unknowingly cause breakage simply by rubbing their hair aggressively with a towel. Instead, after washing, gently blot your hair with a soft microfiber towel. Microfiber reduces friction, absorbs water more efficiently, and helps protect the cuticle from frizz and damage. It is a small change that makes a surprisingly big difference over time. Third, before you ever reach for a blow dryer, flat iron, or curling wand, always apply a heat protectant. Think of it like sunscreen for your hair. Heat styling, even at moderate temperatures, can strip away moisture and damage the hair shaft. A good heat protectant seals in hydration, reduces split ends, and preserves the integrity of your strands, helping your hair stay smooth and shiny. Fourth, embrace air drying whenever you can. Letting your hair dry naturally, even partially, gives it a much-needed break from heat stress. You might be surprised at how much softer and more resilient your hair feels when you give it a chance to rest. Fifth, nourish your hair from the inside out. Your hair's health is deeply connected to your overall nutrition and hydration. Eating foods rich in healthy fats, vitamins, and proteins, like salmon, avocado, nuts, leafy greens, and eggs, supports stronger, shinier hair. Staying well hydrated helps keep both your scalp and strands supple and vibrant. Sixth, protect your hair from environmental stress. Sun exposure, wind, and even pollution can take a toll over time. If you spend time outdoors, consider wearing a lightweight scarf, a wide-brimmed hat, or using hair products with built-in UV protection. Think of it as armor for your hair, preserving its strength and beauty against the elements. Seventh, develop a weekly ritual of deep nourishment. Once a week, set aside a little time for a restorative treatment, whether it is a deep conditioning mask, a natural oil treatment like coconut or argan oil, or a scalp massage with nourishing serums. These small moments are not just good for your hair, they are good for your spirit. Taking intentional time to care for yourself is a radical act of self-love. Finally, perhaps the most important tip of all, be gentle with yourself. Aging is a natural, beautiful process. Changes in your hair are not flaws to be hidden. They are signs of a life well lived. Approaching your hair care routine with patience, kindness, and curiosity makes the experience not just about appearance, but about honoring who you are, today, tomorrow, and every day forward. Small steps done consistently are what create lasting beauty. You do not need a radical makeover. You simply need to nurture what is already there. And with every mindful touch, every nourishing habit, you remind yourself and the world that your glow is far from fading. In fact, it is just beginning a new, richer, more radiant chapter. As we come to the end of today's journey, I hope you are leaving with more than just a few hairstyle tips. I hope you are walking away with a sense of possibility, a reminder that change does not have to be overwhelming or dramatic. Sometimes it is the smallest, most thoughtful adjustments that create the biggest shifts in how we feel and how we show up in the world. Your hair is not just something you manage, it is an extension of your spirit. It frames your face, yes, but more importantly, it frames your energy, your story, and your presence. And you deserve for that reflection to feel aligned with the vibrant, powerful woman you are today. Remember, it is not about looking younger. It is about honoring yourself. It is about stepping into every new chapter of life with confidence, grace, and a spark that cannot be measured by age. Whether it is a softer color, a little more movement, a touch of texture, or simply a shift in how you care for your hair each day, every choice you make is a celebration of you. If something in today's conversation spoke to you, if you saw a glimpse of yourself in these stories, take it as an invitation, not to change who you are, but to allow who you are to shine more clearly, more brightly, and more beautifully. I would love to hear your thoughts, your questions, or even your personal stories. Feel free to share them in the comments. And if you want to continue exploring ways to embrace beauty, vitality, and confidence at every stage of life, be sure to subscribe and stay connected. Thank you for spending this time with me. Until next time, stay bold, stay curious, and above all, stay true to yourself.